Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim and I have the pleasure to present you the watch which was considered lost in the fire. I've made this video about Mido and their watches, and I wanted to present you their model, a vintage Mido watch, and I wanted to borrow it from a friend of mine. I wanted to pick it up, and the day before his apartment burned down. And he said the watch probably is gone. But now he called me and said, I found the watch. It was in one of the rooms which were affected by water and smoke, but not by fire. And so this is a survivor, really is a survivor of a fire. And now I have the pleasure to present you a Mido Datoday date day automatic gold-plated watch in outstanding condition. I mean, this thing is from the 60s. It comes from South America because the grandfather of my friend was a watch dealer in South America, Venezuela, Caracas. And there he sold only Mido watches because they were popular in South America, because they were waterproof and they provided this bling effect here. And so he was a watch dealer for Mido in the 60s in Venezuela. And this was his own watch. This was his golf watch. The family calls this watch his golf watch because he wore it on the golf track. Can I say this? Is this a track? Golf track? I don't know. So he used it as a sport beater watch. And you can see that the watch survived all this pretty good. Immaculate condition. Look at the gold plating. This is quality, my friends. This is really, really, really beautiful. And so, see this please as an appendix to the Mido video. If you want to learn more about the company itself, then click the video, please. Here is our topic. Here is only this beautiful watch. And we can go over the basic specifications. First, the case diameter is 37 millimeters, which is an interesting size because some people find 36, the classic 36 size, too small. And so we have a millimeter extra here. And the watch is relatively thin, 10.5 millimeters in thickness or in slenderness. And the lug width is 20, and you may notice the bezel of the strap, this Milanese strap or mesh bracelet, is integrated in the case, so you don't have any lug on it. This is one of the few watch designs which came without disturbance by lugs, and so yeah, brilliant, perfect. This in summertime as a dress watch, just perfect. I mean, look at this. I'm wearing a Flieger now, Stover. A monstrosity. I mean, it's a great watch, but it's a monstrosity compared to the nice Mido here. You can see here is the crown with a little decoration, with a little logo on it. Caseback with some basic informations, and this gorgeous mesh bracelet. It's so thin and it's almost like skin. It's not you cannot feel this sort of rice bracelet. This is thin and elegant and very slender, but perfectly in order. The thing is from the 60s. Look at this. It's perfectly in order, this thing. You have to loosen these little screws here to readjust the size. I haven't done this now. This is here. You can see the clasp. Everything in perfect order. Great champagne dial. This is plexi, by the way, of course, because we're talking about the 60s. And operating the watch is relatively interesting, a little bit complicated. There's no hand winding involved because, oh, excuse me, there is hand winding. But you have this same mechanism to change the date, like old Psycho 5s without any hand winding. You push the crown. See this? Now the date changes. This is the way you can change the date. There's no quick set for the date. This is German, by the way. Dienstag is Thursday. So you have to do this manually because, I mean, it's not so hard because we have only the 7 days. It would be really unpleasant in case of the date. And so there it is. So you have to synchronize with the quick set and the normal mechanism, the date to the day, And there's only one position here with the crown, and accidentally sometimes this happens that you change you go too far and then you change the date. Another interesting detail is that you can feel the cork in it. There's a cork sealing here in the crown channel, so to speak, and this you can really feel this a little bit. This makes the watch really, really waterproof, and if humidity in the air, then the cork grows and seals the watch perfectly off. And this together with a single piece case. look at this, you cannot open the case back, and so there is no entrance for water, which leads to the perfect condition of the dial. And there are new versions available. They have reissued this watch. A little bit confusing is that the Datoday is now in the Commander line and not any longer in the Ocean Star line, but okay, never mind. So, but this is one of the few vintage watches you really can buy. You really can buy, you can wear them, you can enjoy them without fear. And this watch was regulated and kind of serviced by an independent watchmaker here in Hamburg, and for a really reasonable price. And so if you have a competent watchmaker, then you can give him your vintage Mido, and then it runs again. And so let's stop here. Have a nice week. Enjoy your timepieces as I do. And yeah, see you in the next video. I will put it on the wrist, right? The plan was not to do it because the strap is not my size now. It's too big, but we can see over this, okay? As you can see, it's a little bit too big, but look at this together with a shirt cuff. Da 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 da. Really love this. I really love this. I will pick something like that up. Definitely, this is something for me. I mean, imagine this together with a tan skin. I'm pretty pale now, but imagine this in summertime with a darker skin tone. Gorgeous, really gorgeous. Okay, let's go back.